Amir
Yeah, that's it.
El-Masry, awesome to have you on Let's Go Live. We're not quite live right now, but no one will ever know. How are you
Okay.
doing?
That's our little secret. I'm really good, thank you. Yeah.
Good. It's awesome to see you and congrats on all your success. A lot of people watching right now will know you from Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. The one on Netflix, and of course Limbo, which we're going to be talking about today, which won top honors at the Cannes Film Festival, 2 BAFTA award nominations. So give us a quick overview, if you can, on this story and what makes it so unique to Hollywood, particularly in the way the story is being told.
Wow, great question. Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. I think it's about a young Syrian musician who's kind of lost his identity, and he's brought into this new island, and he's doesn't know whether or not he's going to stay indefinitely or have to go back. But throughout the time, he's just trying to find a way to kind of live and make sure that his family are safe.
Yeah.
I think with a foreign audience within America, we've been lucky that wherever we went, as you've mentioned, in the festival circuit in Cannes, Egypt, and Spain, in the Basque Country, they've all received it really well because they can all relate to the idea of identity and the loss of it, and being in a new surrounding. How do you cope? And also just all the familiar elements of being away from family, and what that means, and how you carry that in yourself. It's not just a story about the refugee crisis. It's a lot more than that.
So Amir, normally I would put my guests to the 10 and 10 challenge, but I know we're limited on time, so I'm going to put you to the 5 and 5 challenge. 5 random and revealing questions that aren't so random. But are you ready for your 5 and 5 challenge?
Well, we'll see.
I think you are. You look ready. You look ready, Amir. So question number 1, complete each sentence, okay? My most challenging moment filming Limbo was blank.
Ooh, playing the oud, for sure. Playing the oud.
Oh, how long did that take to learn?
I mean, I had 2 months. I had 2 months to practice. It takes about 7 years to master the oud. But I had a wonderful teacher, Khiyam Allami and Atab Haddad, who were there with me every day on Skype and physically. So yeah, it's just about getting the right kind of holding it and making sure that I've got the basics down right. But yeah, it was definitely a challenge. I was lucky that it was the last scene.
Yeah, and which was amazing. You crammed 7 years into 2 months. Wow. Okay, so here's the next sentence to complete. One scene that made me cry was blank.
Oh, the phone call scenes with my mum.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that was, myself, and I tried to kind of restrain that feeling of being away from my own family as well, and imagining what it would be like for someone like Omar to be away for that long and not knowing whether or not he'll see them again.
Yeah.
And the song that his mum sings to him, gosh, it gets me every time I listen to it.
I was crying.
Oh, yeah, it's really emotional.
Yeah, I was crying as well. Okay, and this one. In real life, I use Omar's deadpan expression when blank. You nailed the deadpan expression. When do we see that face in real life on Amir?
Yeah, you probably see it when I'm in a sticky situation, if I don't know how to answer a question correctly, or
like
or
now.
respond to someone.
No, just...
Like now.
I thought I knew that look. Okay, good stuff. So question number 2, hope is really a strong theme throughout this movie, and Omar almost gets to the point where he completely loses hope and he manages to regain it. What can we all learn from what Omar went through and how he managed to find hope again, particularly as over the past 12 months, obviously, many people are losing hope or have lost hope. What can we learn from Omar there?
Gosh, I think I can only speak for my own experiences, and,
Yeah.
and what has helped me is I've learned to be more patient, and I've kind of honed in, what my needs and wants are, and how lucky I am to be, to have a roof under my head, over my head, and also to kind of counting my blessings, really, because to make sure that in this time, things have kind of stood still. And during the filming, I wasn't speaking to my family that much. I wasn't speaking to my friends.
Yeah.
It was really
put
hard
you in that right place, in the right mindset.
for sure, for sure, for sure. So just learning to deal with the quiet.
Yeah.
Learning to deal with the quiet.
And have you personally in your career, did you ever sort of face a time where you felt that you were in limbo, you weren't sure what the future had, and perhaps you felt like giving up as well?
I never felt like giving up, but I felt like it was going to be very difficult and very, very hard and very tricky. There were moments, obviously, where I didn't have the solution or then the answer, and I was just waiting for a lucky chance. But that's why it's always, for me, what's helped me, communicating to my close friends and family. Just picking 2 or 3 people in my life that I can just bounce off of, and making sure that it's not just up here.
Yeah, a problem shared is a problem halved, as they say.
Definitely.
So question number 3. Okay, the movie ends with us not really knowing the fate of Omar. It ends on a high note, but we don't really know what's going to happen to Omar. Let's just say another 10 minutes is added onto the movie. All right, you know Omar better than anyone else. What would have happened next?
I think he would have had a bit he would have accepted his situation, and I think that's all he can ask for in that situation. Now that Farhad has left the island, I think he would have come to terms with him being in limbo, but I reckon he would have probably stayed there for quite some time until he was able to kind of stay there for certain and be granted kind of leave to remain.
Oh, go on.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, some of the villages, and I'm thinking of the woman sort of going by on her little cart, and then she stops, and you guys say hi, and then she just makes this face and keeps on going. So they're not necessarily the most understanding, some of them. And of course, there's a migrant crisis at the border right now between the US and Mexico border. And not everybody is the most empathetic or sympathetic to what migrants and what refugees are going through. What words do you have to say? What can you say to those people who aren't very understanding, just about the dire straits that people are really in? I mean, they don't really have a choice at the end of the day.
I would say just watch the movie and you'll see how similar everybody is to one another. And when you see that this could happen to anybody. And that you are in a very privileged position to not be on, not have that problem. And I think, the themes in this film are universal. And I think once they do watch it, they will feel hopefully a little bit more sympathetic or empathetic towards the situation.
Absolutely. Okay, question number 4, we're almost there. You recently said in an interview that you would love to take on a romantic lead, right? And you have an interesting reason as to why. So tell us why, and if you could reboot any movie from the past, a romantic movie, romance, what would it be? What lead would you play?
Gosh, well, the reason why I said that in an interview was partly because in my career so far, those roles don't come up for someone that looks like myself that often. And I think right now, like more recently, there is a shift in the narrative, and people are trying to be more inclusive from a production side, and there are there are new stories that are being told from different backgrounds, but definitely it's definitely not common, and that's why I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that being reflected in our art, for sure. A movie that I would love to redo, gosh, I'd be
The Notebook or something, or Love Actually.
Something like Little Women, like something like that. Beautiful.
Okay.
Pride and Prejudice, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Love Actually.
That would be awesome.
For that. But yeah, something that something that I feel like I haven't seen myself or someone that looks like me on screen. I'd love to see that change.
Yeah, we need to see that change. Speaking of, so the Oscars, question number 5, we're almost done. The Oscars coming up in just a couple of days, of course, and this is the most diverse Oscars we have seen, both gender-wise and race-wise as well. So what do you think about that? Because I remember the days of Oscars so white, not so, long ago. But what does Hollywood need to do to make sure that this isn't just a one-off, that this is going to be here to stay, more inclusivity, as you were speaking of?
That's a great question. I think it can't just be a cosmetic solution. It needs to be from a grassroots level, and I think we need to nurture talent from whatever position it is, from the ground up, and whether that is like shadowing a producer or an established writer, and learning from them, just to have that inclusivity and the longevity. It's not a quick, easy solution.
Yeah.
To just we want to have someone of North African origin in this movie, or blah blah blah. Like we want to nurture that talent over years to come, so that when they do get that opportunity, they are more than ready.
So producers and directors basically reaching out and allowing people to come in and follow them and shadow them, that kind of thing will help. Yeah. What advice, because I know that you've said that throughout your career, you've had to take on some stereotypical roles. What advice do you have, because that was all that was available, but what advice do you have for sort of younger actors who are coming up behind you, who are facing the same sort of thing? What can they do? Should they take these roles? Should they push for more?
Oh, it's I feel like it's slowly changing. I feel like there are more opportunities to still play, I guess, roles that, for me personally, I was playing someone who is, with an accent, a heavy accent. But as long as that role is integral to the piece, I don't mind playing it. It's important to kind of have some level of patience, and you must box yourself at the beginning in order to kind of stay alive in the industry for a bit.
Okay.
If you don't have options, then I feel like it's a very brave thing to rebel against that, and if you do, then band together with other people and write your own material and film it, even if it's on an iPhone, just to kind of showcase your work to casting directors and show a different side to you that they may not have seen. That's certainly something that I used to do. Even when I was at drama school, I would film on weekends, little short films that cost nothing. But then we'd edit them together and use it in our showreel, at the beginning when we didn't have anything to showcase.
Awesome advice. Thank you so much. You made it. 5 in 5 challenge.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on everything, and good luck with the movie. Incredible movie. It had me in tears, for sure. And it had me laughing as well. Took me on a wild ride.
Brilliant.
Thanks so much, Amir.
Really nice.
Take care. Bye.